I'm going to record this, but I'm not sure how fluid this is going to be because I'm not sure how I want to attack this. I'm going to create the page that will show the BitTrue voting and the power of it and what it can do. The reason why I'm not sure if this is a good thing to record is because there's going to be a lot of silence. I cannot isolated myself on working on this. I have other things going on, so there might be some big gaps. In addition to, I'm not entirely sure. While I have a game plan, I'm not entirely sure how I want to attack this. I need to add a worksheet. So you can't see this. I'm sharing the app as opposed to my screen, so you can't see everything I'm going on. Right now I have the menu to unhide some tabs so I can figure out I'm going to use sheet 3. You can see my mouse moving, but there is a menu there that you cannot see. Anyhow, there's sheet 3. I'm going to name this HR for home run. I discussed what HR meant in another video. I have a new monitor that is broke, actually. My DisplayPort input is not working, but I have much higher resolution here. In fact, so much so I need to make it larger because I can't really see it all that well. Well, I am not really sure how I want to handle this. What we're going to do right straight away, though, I know I'm going to go to A100. We're not going to do anything prior to A100, and I'm also not going to do anything until G. And the reason I do this, I want this extra space in the event there's like, oh, a eureka moment where I want to change something later. So this is 100. I'm just going to put a marker here, just kind of tell me. We'll do this nice blue to tell me this is kind of where I'm starting the spreadsheet, which is also going to be, I'm going to start in G, so I'm just going to keep this here. So this is my canvas, so to speak. I'm going to hide A immediately. In fact, I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide all the way up until F. So here's my canvas. And this is where I'm already stuck. I think we're going to start with the coin name. I'm going to use the same color scheme I used before. I think if we just go ahead. I expected. We have a new coin here we need to use. It's media. That is now available for trading, and trading I did. We could repeat colors at this point. I could use another green. So we're just going to copy. Well, this would be coin. I think I'm fine with being in 100. We're going to make everything in this row bold and white. I totally misspoke there. I want the text white. I do not want the... And I probably want everything with Arial as well. And we'll make everything size 12 rather than the 11. And even with that, I need to expand it a little bit. So this is the coin we're voting on. That's pretty clear. What do we want next? Do we want the date we're going to vote, or do we want the date over here? I kind of don't want the date here. I'm going to do the date here. Gonna highlight that. I'm going to paste the formatting. The date I actually do have in the other tab. So we want to paste all this. Now the date I use for when this coin went online, so let's go ahead and make these all bold and all white. I'll change it every time. It's I believe I set this up when the earning starts. So you can't see this because I'm just sharing Excel, but I am going to go to my exchange account, in this case, the best exchange ever, BitTrue. I'm going to go to the... Where am I going to want to go? I'm going to go to the transaction history. Actually, I'm going to go to transaction report, change it to bonus. In this case, I'm just going to look at media. And find out the first date, the first earnings occurred. And I'm going to copy that date, which is October 1st, 2021. And I'm going to come in here and paste that in there. So what I had done before, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. I mean, I could end up with a very, very wide spreadsheet. What I've done before is I've taken all the earnings and just put it in one big pile. But what I kind of want to do now is I want to take the earnings day by day. These earnings can last up to 7 days as the rules currently permit or allow. Well, now I'm thinking what I want to do is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and how much staking rewards were earned for each one for each day. So where would I want to start that? Do I want to start this in the next column, 1 through 7? I don't think so. And I don't think so because... because I'm probably going to do some freeze some of these columns. I don't want the 7 days frozen. You know, what would I want frozen there? I think what a good plan would be is how many BTR votes, how many total voted, what is our percentage of votes, which is how I have it on the other spreadsheet. So let's just say votes. I'm not going to name it BTR votes because this is all VTR votes, and I can't imagine they're going to change this to another voting platform. So I'm just going to keep that as votes there. And I could just do some cut and paste. I'm going to have to adjust this formatting. That's probably decent. I don't think I want the font that big. And I also... I want this background to be the color of BTR. Let's go back to our toys. Do we want it to be black like this? I usually don't like doing the whole thing in black, but the black and gold is what I'm using for BitTrue. I think that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this formatting. And we're going to have to change, well, a couple things. I'm going to make this shrink to fit on them all. I'm also going to need to change this away from dollars and just turn it into a number. So this is how many votes I used on the votes for each particular coin. I do not have media here. Let me look up that information. I think this is like 103,000. That's what my memory tells me anyway. Does not mean I'm right. But the good thing is I could look to see where we're at. I am right. So I'm going to put how many we voted for there. I'm going to put cast here. And what the cast means is, you know, we're going to want to do how many cast for all people. So the votes is how many I cast. The actual cast here is how many in total. I think that'd be pretty obvious once I put the numbers up there. I need to change this because this is going to be a percentage. I think I'll just maybe, I had 3 decimals before. I think I'm just going to do 2 right now. Obviously, this is something we can always adjust. We're going to name this vote percent. Total cast. And I do need to look up total cast for media. So here, it's fairly simple. I just want to know what percentage did my votes make up of all the votes that were cast. So to do that, you know, and if I do any of these formulas wrong, the 3, 4 to 12 people who watch this video, I have 0 issue if you correct me. That's the thing about it. I'm never wrong, though. The reason I'm wrong is never wrong. It's kind of not a correct statement, so therefore I guess I am wrong. But I'm not stubborn, so I'm always willing to change my mind about something if I see I've done something wrong. So I'm never long for long term because I've always got a flexible mind. Not flexible joints, that's a fact, but I do have a flexible mind. So anyway, what I'm going to do is going to simply equals, I'm going to take how many total votes I did, and then I'm going to divide it by how many total votes had occurred. And that equals 0.17%. Well, first of all, I think I want this a little more to the right. Okay, I'm just going to... Let me see. Middle... Whatever, that's going to be fine. I'm going to copy this formatting. I have some hesitation here because I'm thinking I do not want... I'm not going to overthink this. It's just going to stay 2 decimals right now. So to get this formula for every one of these, I'm not going to do one at a time. I'm just simply going to copy this one. There are certain rules you need to follow to have proper copy and paste in formulas. This is very simple. It's just a single line So therefore, there's really not much I need to consider other than just pasting it. So by far, X Gold, I have my biggest percentage of the vote. That could change. We'll see, though. Alright, so this is where I gotta stumble a little bit. Is this where I want... I think I want a couple more columns that's going to be frozen in place before I start my days, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think price. Yeah, I think price makes the most sense here. I will add later the API call for these. Let's for these coins. I know I need to change the formatting for this one because this is something like $44. In fact, let me look up that price now. Oh, $47.80. Now, a couple of these coins, I will not be able to get a API on it, and some of these prices will need to be manually submitted and entered, and when that happens, I'm going to have some sort of notation here. I don't know if it's going to be just a plain white cell. I'm not sure. But when I actually do the API for that, I will come back and address this. But for now, I'm just pasting the latest prices that I have on the other spreadsheet. So this clearly could be off a little bit. So I don't want to do earnings yet or return. Excuse me. It's going to be a long video, so it's going to be hard for me to search for this and take that out. So you might just have to deal with me hacking up the lung every now and again. You know, one thing, I like these lines. I like a little bit of separation. So what I'm going to do, and you're not going to be able to see all this, but I'm going to take a slightly lighter shade of black. And a thin line. And run them across. So I can kind of follow it a little bit. I think it'll be a little evident what I'm talking about when I actually get it done. Hopefully that's not too light. It's not too light. So you can see a little line going across now. So hopefully it'll be a little easier to follow this across when needed. Okay, so we do not want the days here yet. So I think after price, what probably... Huh. You know, I think I need to move this price over. I don't think price is appropriate there. I think what we've been awarded makes sense, right? So that should come here and then price. I think that's what needs to happen here. And I think we still need to have the same colors here. Except since we're going to do awarded coins. Oh, no. No, see, that's the problem. I can't... Well, I think awarded coins is fine. We're just going to have to put a formula here to add up these 7. Just made me think I need to do this again. What happened there? I can't remember. I just made this column here. I don't even remember what I wanted to put there now. It's because my mind is going too many different directions. Plus, it's feeble. Alright, so let me try and get back in my thought process. This is going to be... Oh, what do I want to call it? Awarded? Rewards? I think rewards will work. And that's basically going to be how many coins have been awarded. And I do want an average here. I'm not going to put these numbers here or the average. The average is going to... So, how do I want to do this? I'm going to want... We have price. We're going to give this one value. Copy this again. Except we're going to want just... You're not going to want to use any decimals here. Rewards, because I'm just going to have a number like this. Should be pretty clear I'm talking about the coin itself. The value is going to be the rewards times the price equals value. The actual return and the APY. have this. I think I have this concept pacing, and then we'll do return. Pacing is if I figure out what's the rate of return. Because, you know, it's based on 8. You only earn for 7 days, but it comprises 8 days. But what would that extrapolate? Some coins I might only earn for 5 days. So the pacing is what would the return be based on had it gone the full 7 days. In fact, we're going to name this days. And days mean how many days has earning occurred. Oh, is this where we want to cut it off? Right here, freeze these columns. Where is that? View. Am I forgetting how to do this? I want more than the first column. What's the first column do me? I'm a little confused here. Why? Do I have to highlight them all? Seriously? Well, I've got to say, that's frustrating. I know we can do this. I don't know why I'm not able to right now, however. So I am not going to get bogged down in this ridiculousness. I'll figure it out later. Or maybe I won't. So here we go. So we're going to just do number 1. Number 2. Number 3. These are how much we earned on each particular day. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. I want to justify this a little bit to the right, I think. So now it's a matter, I just need to go back. I'm just going to copy this formatting down here for a moment, and you'll see why in a moment. At least I think you will. I'm going to go to the actual voting page. I'm going to link that here. I'll just have to remember there's a link there. I think under price, I'm going to link the pairing to the actual trading page. Yes, this is not a quick process. I think you knew that, though. It just looks so bad, I actually can't. I'd rather not repeat my steps here so often. But I can't do one at a time. I have to fix the formatting right away because it just drives me nuts when it looks so far off. And I know there's defaults I could change it to, but whatever. Alright, so now what I need to do here, though, is find out each day earnings on this coin. Well, I think all we need to do is change this formatting. Well, I think before we do that, I need to change this to just a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. If I somehow was not clear on this before, this represents days. So I'm going back. Finding what I was awarded for each one and submitting that, or adding that to the total. So normally you would have your totals here and then the average here, but not the average, but then the sum here. And maybe you'll average it out. In fact, I will average it out. But I've done it a little differently. This time, I want all this information here. So I'm just going to do a sum. So what is that? Go to formulas, sum. I'm just going to simply highlight them. I am going to need to fix that, however, because that we want to be just strictly a number with no decimal point and, of course, comma separated. So this average is simple. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've had 7 days. So we just got to do equals total, divide this by 7. We're actually going to use this. We're we're actually going to use the same formatting. That is not what I intended on. The value, also very simple. Price times the actual rewards. This is going to be the same formatting. So the return I'm referencing here B74. Alright, let's see if I can get my head around this. What we want here is we want the dollar earned, and we want to divide the earned, what was earned, by the value of the BTR that was used for this vote. So I need to do divided by how many votes I cast. And I need to multiply that by the current price of BTR. Which I always use lunch because I actually update lunch more than the breakfast. And we're going to go ahead and make sure this is a when I copy and paste, it's always going to use this reference for the price of BTR. And that should be it. That should give me the percentage of return. Of course, I don't have it set up as a percentage, so I need to change that formatting. I'm going to try the 2. No, I'm going to do 3 percentage points. Nope. Talk myself out of it again. I'm going to do 2. I think that's going to conclude this video. This video is already sitting at 40 minutes. I will put more up for those that want to see the creation of how I'm going to do this. You're more than welcome. Goodbye.